So I want to talk about my dad for a second. He is the luckiest bastard I've ever met. I mean, he's not lucky in the sense that he's like a multi-millionaire or, anything like that, but he's happy and things just seem to fall into his lap. Wherever he's driving, when he pulls up to a parking space, it's in the very front row. Every single time. What's up, guys? I'm Jessica and this is Yoga for Beginners, and today I wanted to put together a video about the law of attraction and what to do when it's not working. So a minute ago I was just talking about my dad, and what did he say when I asked him why every time he pulls up to a parking spot it's in the front row? Every single time. He always parks in the front, and he would just laugh and say, "Ho, it's because I know I'm going to." And that's exactly how he sounds too, by the way. And I would think that is the dumbest damn thing I've ever heard. And why is my dad the luckiest guy I've ever met? He doesn't have millions of dollars or, a house on the beach, but he is happy. And everything that he wants, he gets. And I have always questioned it. And I have always looked at it like he's just lucky. My mom has always been really annoyed because she doesn't have that kind of luck. My brother and I never had that kind of luck, but he always did. So I said to him one day, "You know what, Dad? You should watch that movie, The Secret." And he said, "Okay." So he looked it up on YouTube and he watched it, and he called me up and he said, "Oh, you know what, Jesse? I already do that stuff." And that's when it clicked in my head. Oh my God. He really does. Like, he is the law of attraction. So why am I putting this video together for you? Let me back up and tell you my story real quick. So it is now 2021. Thank God 2020 is over. And I sold my yoga studio in 2018. We lived in Delaware. I had a really fantastic, huge yoga studio. It was one of the biggest yoga studios in the state of Delaware. I worked my tail off. And I really had a great group of girls that worked for me. I had some amazing clients and I had a lot of support. And I sold my studio. I gave it away. I didn't make any money off of it because we had to move to Canada. So I had 1 month to get rid of my house, my yoga studio, get my kid registered for school in Canada. And so anyway, so I left that, went to Canada. We were there for a year. Long story short, ended up moving to Florida. And I have no career. I'm still a yoga teacher. I'm still a Reiki master, but I left my career in Delaware. I left all of my clients there. I left all of my following there. So now everything I do is remote. So how hard do you think it is for me to establish a yoga teaching practice and in-person Reiki practice here in Florida when I'm from Delaware in the middle of a pandemic? It is next to impossible to have to establish an in-person client base when there's a pandemic and people are not going to yoga studios. People are not going to restaurants or stores. So I was feeling pretty low a couple months ago. Maybe it was about 6-7 months ago. And so I said, all right, let me start practicing this law of attraction business, because what's it going to hurt? Nothing is going my way. I'm not the most positive person by nature. I don't always wake up going, "Oh, the sun is shining, the birds are chirping. Let me just go out and welcome the world with open arms." That is not me. I usually wake up in the morning and just think, "I don't want to do this today. Let me go get some coffee." That's me every day. I'd wake up like that. So the first thing that everybody teaches you with law of attraction is that you have to start with gratitude. So instead of right off the bat saying, "I want the big house on the beach, I want to be a model, I want to marry Chris Evans, I want to, be able to have $1 million business," like that, you can't start off with those things. You have to start off with the little things. What are you grateful for? Well, I used to have to force myself every morning to do this because it's just not in my nature. to wake up and instead of go about my business without thinking, to wake up and say 3 things I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for my health. I am grateful for my family, and I am grateful for all of my blessings. And right away, it puts you in a little bit better of a mood because you're thinking about the good things that you have. You're not thinking about all the crap that you have to do that's waiting for you when you walk out of your bedroom. I did this every single day. Instead of thinking I am going to get all of these wonderful things, I was thinking to myself, thank you, universe, for giving me all of these wonderful things. Even though it sounded ridiculous, and I was like, wow, I kind of sound like I'm being delusional because I'm thanking the universe for all these things that I don't have. I made myself do it anyway. I would wake up in the morning and I would say my things that I'm grateful for. And then as I went about my day, I would say, thank you, universe, for sending me this wonderful, thriving business. And I would do this every day and every day. Day in and day out, and nothing happened. I wasn't getting any viewers on my YouTube videos. I wasn't getting any new subscribers. There was this pandemic, so I lost my yoga teaching job. And nothing was happening, right? The needle just wasn't moving in my life. Even my family was saying to me, that's just a bunch of horse shit. Don't waste your time on this whole law of attraction thing, whatever. Just work really hard. So I did it and I did it and I did it. And I kept getting frustrated because nothing was happening. I even one day gave away all of my money that I had in my bank account because somebody told me to do that. I was watching some video and it wasn't a ton of money, thank God. But I was watching this video and this guy was like, you know what? Give away $100 because if you think that you have money, you're going to get money. So I did that and I was like, damn, I really am out, all this money that I gave away from my bank account. So I was pissed. I didn't tell anybody about that till now. And I feel kind of stupid saying it, but I did it. And just nothing was happening. This law of attraction business was not doing anything for me. So a couple weeks ago, I just said, screw it. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. This is stupid. I'm not going to waste my energy. And then I'm thinking, you know what, God, if this is real, if the law of attraction is actually a thing, if you want me to keep doing this, give me a sign. Give me a sign. And so out of the blue, a girl on Facebook who I'd never met before messages me and she says, hey, want to grab coffee? And I was, I had randomly asked, hey, does anybody have a venue for this thing I want to do? And she messages me. And so I'm like, okay. So I drive, 40 minutes out of my way to go grab coffee with her. And usually, I'm a pretty outgoing person, but I'm thinking, I just want to go back to bed. I want to drop my kid off and go home and go back to bed. But anyway, I went and I met this girl and she ended up being a really cool person. You know who you are if you're watching this. And we sat down and she was telling me about the life that she now has and all of the struggles she went through and that she practices the law of attraction. And none of this stuff would have happened without the law of attraction. Yada, yada, yada. We start talking and all of these things just opened up for me recently. And I was about to give up. So for the longest time, I had been thinking, I have all of these things. I have friends down here in Florida, even though I left a bunch of my friends back home in Delaware. I have a growing, thriving business here. And I just have everything that I want. And I was about to give up. And I asked for a sign and I got the sign. Somebody came out of nowhere and reminded me, hey, girl, don't give up because you're the only one that is responsible for your happiness and your success. Yes, things are going to break down. Yes, things are going to break. Yes, I am going to need to deal with emergencies and just random stuff. But I can't give up on knowing that I have the power to create my own destiny and I have the power to create my own happiness. Whether it's a house on the beach, or it's the love life that I want, or whether it's the job that I want, or whether it's the body that I want, I can create all of that. But it's not going to happen overnight. And if you don't put the energy into thinking it's happening, then it's not. So if you haven't watched The Secret, I'm going to put a link in the description so that you can take a look at that. And if you've watched it, watch it again. And maybe even buy the books. I'll put links to them as well. You can buy them on Amazon. And don't give up on yourself, guys. If you are struggling with the law of attraction, it is real. Energy attracts like energy. So if you're putting out negative energy, then you're going to get negative energy back. If you're putting out positive energy, you're going to get positive things back in return. So my dad was teaching me this lesson my entire life, and I just wasn't paying attention. He gets everything he wants because he knows he will. He's never questioned it. So don't question it, even if you feel silly, even if you feel ridiculous and stupid and other people question it. Those people are questioning you wanting happiness, then maybe those people shouldn't be in your life. So you have the power to attract whatever you want. Don't give up. Keep pushing forward. Instead of saying, I am going to get these things, say, thank you, universe, for giving me these things. Now I'm going to give you another secret. The mind does not work in words. So you can chant mantras, you can think sentences, you can think words, but the mind works on visualization and pictures and sounds and sense. So the mind works on reactions to senses. So when you are thinking about these things that you have, I want you to think about the feeling that you have when you get those things. So for example, if you are thinking about having a house on the beach, I want you to think about how you feel when you wake up and you look outside and there's the beach. How does that make you feel? I want you to feel that feeling, feel that sensation, feel that happiness, and embody that and say, I have that. Instead of saying, oh, I wish I could have that. Feel that. If you want a certain car, I want you to go out and test drive one. If you want a Lamborghini, find a Lamborghini dealership and test drive that Lamborghini. And when you're sitting in that Lamborghini, close your eyes, put your hands on the steering wheel, put your foot on the gas pedal, and I want you to visualize driving this into your driveway and how awesome it makes you feel. Huge smile on your face. Visualize yourself listening to the roar of the engine. Feel that. Don't just think about it happening. Feel it happening. The mind works by reacting to senses. So if you can tell your mind that you are reacting to this sense, it is going to attract that sense. So your actions are going to roll you forward into that happening. But you need to just prime that wheel of motion to start the universe to bringing that thing into existence for you. And we do that by feeling instead of writing it down or thinking about it in the future. Feel what it feels like to have that, or to be doing that, or to be that, whatever it is. Think about how it makes you feel. So that's what you do if the law of attraction has not been working for you. Don't give up. Ask yourself for your own sign. You'll get it. It may be a day away, it may be a week away, maybe a couple weeks away, but don't give up. What do you have to lose by being positive anyway? So those words would have been difficult for me to say a year ago because I was not that positive person back then, but I have everything I want now. So I really want that for you guys too. I, from the bottom of my heart, want you guys to have everything that makes you happy. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you use the law of attraction and how it works for you. And if you hate the law of attraction or if you haven't, I want to know that too. So guys, go out and have an amazing day. I love you all. Mwah, thank you. Bye.